Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm rocking the Highline scene in Havre, Montana at the house of none other than Jeff and Stacy Curry, thank you very kindly. And I have the gracious videographer capabilities being demonstrated by none other than Ivan, the hockey-playing rock and roll all-star. That being said, my name is TheShawnWetzel, and I'd like to thank you for joining us this evening. I'm going to get into a quick little demonstration of how you make your 11.5 and 2.5 waters on a pH scale in magic style with Kangen water. That being said, you just fill up this little device here in this lovely platinum, mind you. That's the top notch. That's the bullet point. That's the monster rocker right there, Kangen water style. That's the platinum SD501P for the record. Well, those of you checking out the website, we've got ourselves a little electrolysis enhancer. Filled up quite nicely with some salt solution, which is on the periodic table of elements, also known as NaCl, for those of you wondering about what chemicals we're putting into our machine. We're just going to juice up the pH, and we're going to juice down the pH to an 11.5 and 2.5 variety. Thank you very much. Thank you. And with that being said, we've got it all set up. We've got it on the strong acidic water side. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to crank this flow up really hard to begin with, and then we're going to drop it down to somewhat of a ribbon type flow where it's slower, and we're going to slow our roll. And we're going to allow that high pH water to develop into this canister here out of the flex pipe, this flex pipe. And then we're going to drop it down to the 2.5, which you can't see the canister, but trust me, it's not going onto the floor. Alright, but I digress. So I'm going to spin over here with my Van White spin move, and I'm going to crank up that water really hard for starters, and then I'm going to drop her really slow. Make sure that water's getting in there quite nicely. Now what we're doing is we're making a water that is going to ultimately be able to degrease, emulsify, and break down the oils at a variety of different levels. And on the bottom here, we're creating a 99.999% effectiveness at killing all types of bacteria as it pertains to our society and lifestyles. You know, we're always subject to E. coli and salmonella and the food poisoning capacities. We're going to also break down MRSA and Staphylococcus aureus, which is also known as staph infections, to a very high level of functionality. So that being said, I'm slow rolling this device here, and we're just making this very nicely and slowly and patiently. We're going to save a couple of bottles for each respective water so we can start to break down the need and eliminate the need altogether for chemicals, any type of stuff that normally going under your cabinet like Fantastic or 409 or Windex or anything of that magnitude. So we're just slowly rolling here in the old gallon capacity. Now I got a smaller container downstairs here, so I'm going to kind of slow down that process. So I might squat down and get out of camera view, but at least I'm maybe docking ahead at this juncture. So I'm about to finish filling this device here. And I'm just going to slide it over slowly to the other 2.5 spray bottle that's saving this water. Now I inadvertently got a little water on the throw rug, but hey, that's why we put it there, right? And I see I got the gallon jug of the 11.5 filling up quite nicely. And ultimately, we're going to just make this a more eco-friendly kitchen. Reduce the carbon footprint on the world, one household at a time, creating this type of water. We'll take a 2.5 lid here and put it on this little canister to be stored in a cool, dry place to maintain the integrity of its disinfecting capabilities. And I think we're running out of space here, so I might have to slow down a little bit and not save too much of that 2.5 water, because we're about to get jiggy with it here. And there we have it. That's right. So we're going to let a little bit of the rest of that taper off. And we're going to subsequently fill these water bottles. Now I've got the 11.5, here's the 2.5 right here. That's a 2.5 water bottle right there. Spray bottle designed for your use in the kitchen, bathroom, and around the house. All right. And then ultimately we're going to follow through with the process, and we're going to put in this orange citrus powder package. And we're going to fill it up into this cleaning cartridge and stick it in the machine and clean it and allow the citric acid type material, it's kind of like a vitamin C, we're going to allow it to clean out the machine from the inside out, neutralizing all your alkaline chemicals. And as we wind up this little demonstration, I'd just like to thank you for joining us at the Curry residence this evening, as we have just effectively demonstrated the ease with which it is to incorporate this exceptional technology into one's household and create an eco-friendly, carbon footprint reducing water that minimizes the need for chemicals and other things of that nature in your house. So that being said, again, I've got my 11.5 water that's going to degrease and emulsify oils at just a wild rate, I'm telling you. It's rock and roll type stuff. That being said, I'm TheShawnWetzel. Thank you for joining us this evening. Signing out for now. Catch you on the flip side.